Hi everyone, it's Deborah. Welcome back. Today I'm doing a couple more pockets for my junk journals. So I've done a couple of these in a different video, but I just wanted to do a couple more. And these are taken from the card making world. So I'm sure if you watch YouTube, you will find videos on people making pockets and things for cards. So what I've done is I've just tried to bring these into the junk journaling world. They're not my original ideas by any means. I'm just showing you the things that I find as I'm looking through and see if I can adapt them for junk journals. So the first one is quite simple. What I've got is a piece of paper. Again, it's an 8x8. I'm using up a lot of 8x8 lately. I've cut it in half at the 4-inch mark, and then I'm going to score it at the 4-inch mark again. I've actually got two of them, and because I've got two of them, I'm going to do both, make two pockets at the one time. And to do this, you just make sure that you've burnished it, and then take one side of the pocket and fold it back so you've got a triangle. Now this is kind of, I like to think of this one. In my mind, I've made a name for it. It's like a faux Rita Donnelly flip. So a Rita Donnelly flip, if you know, is just something that usually goes on the bottom corner of a page. This one, I'm calling it a faux Rita Donnelly because you can put it anywhere you like on your page. And just stick it together. Run some glue down the bottom. Pretty simple. And you're done. That is a pocket. It's pretty easy to do, this one. I'll just grab a tag and show you that you've got a pocket here, and you could cut this off or fold it inside, but I've left it on the outside so I can flip it up like that. I've taken a piece of paper that's got some lines on it. It's just from my scrap box because I thought it would be good to actually put something down here that you could write on. So I've cut it at 3 3/4, so I've got a tiny little border around it, and I'm just going to fold it in half now, diagonally. And then stick it on. Now I'm sticking it all over so I don't have to have the piece that's free on this piece. This side, I think I'll have it, I do have to have it the correct way, so I think I'll have it this way. And make sure that those creases match up. If nothing else, they have to match. And there you go. And just let that dry. So you'll have a tag in there, you lift this up and you'll have somewhere to write, and that can stick anywhere on your page. And this one here, I'm going to take my scoring board. This piece I've cut. I used a piece off the end to create another pocket, so I'm left with a piece that's 6x8. I'm going to score in, so this side, let's do it the right way. So I've got on the 8-inch side, I'm going to score in at 2 1/4 and then turn it round and repeat. Let's just fold this down. Now I will make another score line. This is the 6-inch side, and I'll make that at the 4 inches all the way across. And fold the corners down to the score line on both sides. So this will come in here to make a pocket like that, but there's a bit more I want to do on it first. I'm going to start by mitering those edges a bit so it doesn't get all caught up in the crease. And then what I want to do is fold the bottom up, but it's going to be too much bulk, so I'm just going to mark with my pencil from that side down, so I leave about 1/2 inch and cut this off. I just marked it so I knew where to cut. You don't have to mark it. And then this folds up, so it's a lot freer now because there's not as much bulk in there. So let's start by sticking all this down. Glue on there, sorry, glue on here, fold that over. And this one, just glue on each side. You don't have to put glue along the bottom because when you fold it, you'll create the pocket. Now you've got a pocket in here, and then you've got a pocket in the front. So you've got 2 pockets, and you'd stick that in your journal there. So that's another pocket. I think I might make a few of them because I think they'll be very handy. And then of course decorate it up once I start using them. You can decorate them now if you like, but I tend to make things, and you've probably noticed that, like my journals and things, I tend to make the basic part of it, and then when I use things, I then do the major decoration on them. I just find that that's easier for me because I know what journal it's going into, and then I know what sort of decoration I want on it. That's just a personal preference though. You could certainly decorate them at any point. So that can go into my box of pre-made pockets. And this one is sort of like the last one, it's just a bit longer and a bit smaller in width. So I've got a piece of 12 by 12 this time. It's 3 inches wide and I'm scoring it every 3 inches. And with this one, you fold down the first 3-inch portion so that it is in a triangle. So that's a freestanding bit in there. And I just want to see, yeah, okay, that's going to come. I've just wanted the check on this, on the front of it, as in the checked pattern. Then you take the third triangle and you fold that down into, sorry, the third square. You fold that into a triangle, so you've got this little bit on the bottom. Then fold these two over like this, so we'll glue those down to start with. Let's put some glue along the bottom of these. Fold this one in, that'll create the bottom pocket. Then this one will come over like that. And this one here, I'm going to fold up, but not all the way. Just probably like 1/3, 2/3, maybe a bit less. I've just folded it and it naturally folded to that point. So that's where I decided to do it. So you can see it's slightly different to the other one. It's smaller, it's only 3 inches, and it's longer. And then again, let's just stick this down. I have a pocket here which only goes to there, and then I've got a pocket down here like that. You may want to put a smaller tag in the top part as well, otherwise it'll look a bit silly. So that's a slightly different take on the other one. Similar thing though, just with a piece of 12 by 12. And then I've cut 2 more pieces of paper. So this is an 8 by 8 paper. It goes this way, that's better. This is from a different paper range. It's still Tim Holtz. It's one of the ones from Etc. The paper range is called, if you're wanting to know. And with this one, I'm just going to make a couple more pockets. I don't know what I was going to make now here. So with the next one, I've cut 2 more pieces. So this is an 8x8. This is a Tim Holtz paper pad as well. This one is called Etc. So I've run out of the one I was using. So I've cut them into 4-inch pieces, and now I'm going to score it down the side at the 1/2 inch mark all the way. I'm going to score it at the 1/2 inch mark on the left hand side as well. Get that out of our way now. The next step is to mitre the corner, and I'm going to bring it across and fold it. Okay, I think I want the other side showing, it's more interesting. It'll still work on the other side. Yep. And then mitre this corner down here at the fold. Bring that up. And I will actually notch this as well at the top here. Just eyeballing it and putting a little notch in it. Mitre that last corner. Now I'm going to leave this little flap in case I want to stick it onto something when I do the journal. If I don't want that later, I can just fold it up and glue it and stick it down, but I may well want it. This wasn't what I was making, so I've just sort of, I guess I've invented another pocket. It's probably not my original invention, but I certainly wasn't intending to make this type of pocket this time, but it seems to have worked out fine anyway. So we'll put this down, and then as I said, I'll leave the flap on the bottom, and I've got another pocket. That's very cute. I might make a few more of those as well. This paper is just beautiful. That paper is actually meant to go this way, but because the images go all different directions, it doesn't really matter. So we'll start this one with the 8x8 and scoring it a 1/2 inch along the edge. And then, once you've done the scoring at the 1/2 inch, also score at the 4-inch mark. So that's basically half the page. So your pocket will end up 3.5 inches wide. And then to finish it off, score it at the 7.5 inch mark as well. And then turn it around and score it at 5.5 inches. And then this one is going to fold together like that, and I want to bring this up. So to bring this up, I am going to trim this piece at the back off so that I've got enough room to manoeuvre. Let's just start by mitering these. And this one, I think I want this to be the front, so I'm going to bring it over like that, I think. Yep. Cut along here. So cut along and then just leave about a 1/2 inch on this flap as well. So I've just taken this little bit off the bottom that was sitting in here. Oh, hang on. Yep, that was sitting in here like that. So I've taken that off, and I also need to put a little notch in here, just to get that out, and down the bottom as well, and the top too. Okay, I think that's all. I've mitered everything now, so I've got this down the bottom. This will be my upper pocket. I will notch this out. This one will be very tiny, I think. and then some glue. Bring the two flaps together. Then fold these over and this will come up. I love this paper. I haven't seen it before. Now, this is a long pocket, so this tag's not going to be tall enough, which is good in that I can put something that's really tall in this pocket, but the one at the bottom is fine. You can even get multiple tags in there because you've got the hinging on either side. I think that's enough now. I think I'll stop now and I'll move on to something else, because now I've made several of these and several of every other pocket that I showed you, and I will have a good stash of pockets to use when I go to do my journaling. So this is Deborah. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.